Do it again. Taking what they're going to give us here. Go ahead.
My name is Chris Jones, and I'm Choctaw, Kiowa, and Apache.
Okay.
And I'm the principal and head basketball coach here at Justice Public School.
Want me to make one like this?
No, I don't need anything like that. I don't need anything like that. I don't need any of that. You know, Justice is known for basketball, known for winning. So when they called me, I knew it was going to be, even though it was a K-8 school, I knew it was a high-profile position because of how serious they took their basketball here. That was really the allure for me, was to know that these people cared about basketball and the high level they were willing to put into it, not only the kids, but the parents and grandparents and the aunts and uncles. And everybody here cares about basketball, and they want to win. And I can remember my first day here after accepting the job. I came into a staff meeting and one of the teachers told me, "We expect to win here." So we're in the old gym now, and this is where the foundation is started. These are from the 60s and 70s and 80s. This is where Justice got their name. And our kids see this every day because they walk past this trophy case every day and see where their program started. So it's not all coaching. You got to have good players, and I've had a run of some really good players that have come through here. And a lot of these kids are teams that went on to be successful high school players and some college as well. So that's what I take pride in.
Now we go.
You know, on my first few years here, that's what some outsiders would call what we played was res ball or Indian ball. And I kind of took offense to that. When certain people say that, it's kind of I think it's kind of a negative connotation associated with that we're not really playing basketball. We're just rolling the ball out there. And there's an organization to it.
So you guys that have the ball, Kijo, Malachi, Terrius, Agena, whoever's out here on the perimeter, when you're going, if Fire or Aiden are setting a screen for you, just remember that they're pick and pop. Okay? So they're not going to be rolling with you. Shalimar will be rolling with you. Okay?
It is high intense, high effort, but there's also discipline within it.
I don't want you leaving to help, right? You stay locked in the whole game until I tell you not to.
And you know, here's the biggest difference that outsiders don't see is that the amount of time that these kids play together. That's why they're able to know exactly where each other are at. That's why it looks like we're just rolling the ball out there, is because we know exactly where we're going to be within the sets that we run, within the defenses that we run, the chemistry within those boys. It's because those boys have been playing together since they were in 3rd and 4th grade. And that's why we achieve all the success that they have, is because they know each other, then like the back of their hand where they're going to be. So going into this year, I told everybody around, but I was really excited about our team because it was from top to bottom the most athletic team that I've ever coached. I had guys that could fly around, get up and down the floor. The fastest team that I was ever going to have was going to be what I fielded this year. As the season went along, though, that challenge began to wear on us because it wasn't coming together as quickly as we had hoped that it would. And so we spent the whole middle part of the season trying to figure each other out, figure out how I was going to coach us and bring this team together in a cohesive unit. We pushed through all that, and the kids never gave up. They never voiced frustration that we don't want to do this. We just kept plugging away, and we began to find our identity there towards the end of the season. And it really the light seemed to click with our bunch as a whole, and we went to the playoffs as strong as we've ever been.
And we're here live from the Mustang, Oklahoma for the first round of Class B high school basketball featuring the Mvskoke Vikings and the Lady Bison. Now, I'll tell you what, we got a crowd here tonight, and joining me is Jeremy Foltz. Man, we're ready to do it, Jeremy.
It sure is. It's a nice gym. That's beautiful here at Mustang, Oklahoma, Mustang High School.
I pride myself on all the Justice kids, no matter what school they go to. My goal is to have them ready to contribute to their high school team day one. Yeah, so those 4 guys that are on that Mvskoke starting team were also on the state runner-up team here 4 years prior to that. So those guys know about winning. These state tournaments, state championships here at Justice, those are all nice, but I know when my kids go to these schools that they're ready to go, and that's where I get my satisfaction from. Anything that I missed last hour that I need to get taken care of? No. Oh, good. They finally got it done. Good. All right. Thanks. Bye. You know, the biggest challenge is just the time management side of it. You know, if I'm over in the gym, I feel like all of this is being sacrificed, and if I'm over here having to deal with issues that go on, then the basketball suffers. Did you run today? Huh? A lot? A lot?
Like 4 sprints. No, we ran 4 at the end. So we ran 6 sprints. From corner to corner, we ran 3, and then all around we ran 4.
Okay. So it's being able to give me a balance between both jobs really is what is the hardest part. And so sometimes I feel like I'm not doing real good in the gym, and sometimes I feel like I'm not doing real good over here. So that's just the battle I fight. All right. Hey, buddy, how are you? It's good to see you.
So for some people who don't know, what is ORES, what it stands for, what is it?
That's the Organization of Rural Elementary Schools. So every K through 8 school in the state participate in that organization. And they came together in 2000, I believe, 2001, and formed a basketball playoff. And our school has had 29 state tournament appearances. And since I've been here, we've been to 14. In 9 years, we've had 14 state tournament appearances, with 11 of those appearances been in the championship game. So we've been real fortunate and blessed. So we get a rematch with Darlington in the state championship game, and we had played them earlier in the season, and they'd beat us 20 earlier in the season, and the kids were a little bit intimidated the first time we played them. We were going to pull out all the stops that we could to try to create an advantage, because we were the underdog. They're the 4-time defending state champions. So they're accustomed to winning. That mindset of theirs is winning. We also have that same mindset, but it's a little bit different. So it was going to be a great atmosphere. We knew that going in. We knew what they had. They knew what we had. We tried to do a little bit different game plan this day, and it worked, and the kids executed everything perfectly. I can see their emotions perk up when they saw that we can play with this team. As we went into halftime, I thought we played one of the better halves that we have all season. And we went into halftime, I looked at the scorebook, and we were down by the exact same amount that we were down when we played them earlier in the year. And went to the locker room, first thing I said, guys, played a heck of a first half, but we're down the same amount of points we were down the last time we played them.
6 points right now, 7 points, whatever it is. All it is 3 stops. 3 stops is all that is.
What are we going to do this third quarter? Are we going to allow them to dictate the rest of this game, or are we going to go get it from them? And we came out of the locker room on fire. We put 20 points on them in the third quarter. I looked up at the clock, we're down to 18 seconds. And we're clinging at that point to a 1-point lead. And I'm looking at these 2 young men in the huddle, and one can't stand up. One can't even get off the floor because he's locked up in the middle of the center court, and I carry him off the floor. As soon as he stands up, he locks right back up and drops right back down. So I knew he couldn't finish. That last 18 seconds. So we're taking the best defender off the floor. So I had 1 timeout left, and we had played so well defensively the entire game. The debate was, do I call back-to-back timeouts for one last push, or do I save it in case they score so that we have something to draw up there at the end? But that's what we were facing at that moment. The ball fumbled 3 or 4 times and pops into a guy's hand that we left open all night long. And he happened to throw it up, and it went in. to give them a 1-point lead. So we used that final timeout. And it just wasn't in the cards. We did everything right, and we just couldn't finish the job because we ran out of gas. We were there, right there at the end with a chance to win. And that's what I've always tried to do with all my teams, is to give us a chance at the end of the game to win. Here's one thing that I've noticed when I've been, as long as I've been here at Justice. It doesn't matter who leaves or comes in from year to year, we always find a way to get back there. And that's because the kids believe in each other. They believe in what we teach here at Justice. And they believe in me and know that we can get there. So the expectation is still going to be in the state tournament, regardless of who's here or who's not here. You know, the biggest thing that we talk about is we're not just preparing them for basketball beyond here, whether it be at their high school or wherever they go. I'm trying to teach them how to be young men. And I tell these guys all the time, you know, the higher you go, the less and less Indian people you see playing. And that's why people support you guys when you get to that next level, is because they want to see these Indian young men and women be successful. So, you know, the main thing I try to send them off with is the discipline that it takes to get to the next level, the accountability it takes to get to the next level. Just as I hear from a lot of my players, is, you know, that's what got them to where they're at in their adult life now, is the accountability, the respect that I showed them, the potential that I saw in them, even as youngsters, is what they remember. So that's the biggest takeaway that I think and hope that each one of these young men and women take when they leave me. We knew what they had, they knew what we had.